If she had only been ugly.
Dom Irrera live in the Laugh Factory. That's the beginning of our show.
Oh,
see, we don't have commercials and music and stuff like you guys have. We have music that goes over this. Brian Redban, give him a hand. Come on. Brian, thanks for coming in, man.
Thank you so much, Dom.
Do you remember the first thing I said to you?
Ever?
Yeah.
It was a long time ago, but I remember the first thing you said to me on a podcast.
That's what I meant, yeah. What was it?
You are a smart retard.
I think I thought...
Maybe a little classier.
I thought I asked you if you were retarded. But that's how I know Brian from Joe Rogan's show. Mm-hmm. And how did you meet Joe?
A long time ago, I met him through the internet. I actually was a big fan of Doug Stanhope, and I found out about Joe through Doug, and I used to do all this work for Doug. Like I would go to his shows and film his shows and make these small little videos for him. And then Joe liked that, so he was just like, "Oh, you should do that for my show."
Well, it's our coffee break.
Oh, cool.
Great job.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Kevin, Brian.
Hey, nice to meet you.
What did you think of the show so far?
Amazing.
Pretty hard.
It's good coffee too. Wait.
Thank you, man. Look at you. You're the best.
Sweet.
Keep it, brother.
Cool, thanks.
You're welcome. You know why? Because I spend. I'm silly. Silly.
Silly name, Dom.
So, Brian, you got another show that we're doing tonight.
Yes.
What's it called?
Kill Tony. It's Tony Hinchcliffe's podcast that we do once a week live, and it's a lot of fun. It's blowing up. I actually do like 7 or 8 different podcasts a week, and it's one of my favorite ones to do.
Hey, there's milk in here already.
Yeah, it's a little extra. You need some more.
You do 7 or 8 podcasts a week?
Yeah.
Now, you're pretty big on the internet, right?
Yeah, only on the internet.
That's pretty wild, though. I think, don't you have like a lot of followers?
I do. For Twitter, I just got over 100,000, which
Wow.
was big for me. Because I remember I think a year ago, I only had like 14,000 or something ridiculous like
How did you jump so high?
Just podcasting.
It's so incestuous, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, you do mine, I'll do yours.
Right.
Next week, Jake Johansson's coming in. You know him?
Yeah.
And we're gonna do mine, and then go upstairs and do his.
Oh, cool.
But his isn't on camera. You know you're on camera here.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you got dressed up like that, right?
That's right.
You look good, man.
My best.
Brings out your eyes.
Thanks.
So tell me about the girl you can't tell me about.
I just met somebody cool recently, and it's amazing because.
You see the way I go?
Yeah, I see how you do.
My journalistic approach.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's just weird because I get to meet so many. If you hang out on the Sunset Strip, you just meet so many people that are mixed in, like celebrities are mixed in with regular people, mixed in. It's just amazing if you hang out. Like I hang out here every night on Sunset. So
at the store?
At the store, yeah.
And you don't go in there?
I barely ever get to go up on. The only time I ever get to go up is somebody sneaks me up on Friends and Family, which is usually about once a week there. But I have what's funny is I have 2 podcasts that I do
out of the store.
Out of the store, packed, and fill the room.
Do they advertise that they're coming from the Comedy Store?
The Comedy Store doesn't advertise it or anything. No,
but does your audience know where you are?
Yes. See, that's what's weird about Twitter. Is back in the day you used to have to do radio stations before you go to like cities and stuff. Yeah. I just put on a tweet today like, oh hey, there's a podcast tonight at the Comedy Store at 8:00, and people just come from that.
Isn't that great?
It's great. It's like mailing list time.
It's a whole different world.
Yeah.
It takes away so much of the power from regular radio and especially late night TV.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck with me. I love this whole thing with Leno and Fallon. And I like Fallon. I like both of them. But I mean, nobody really cares.
No one gives a shit. Yeah, like now, like in 5 years, is that even going to be a thing, the Tonight Show, or is that going to be on YouTube only?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, you've grown with Joe's show. Mm-hmm. You started from the beginning, right?
Yes. Yeah, me and him started on his laptop, sitting in his office, because I had tried something before that where I would bring a laptop to the green room, and I remember we were at Cobb's. I would open up the laptop and try to record us before we go on stage in the green room. That was
you were doing stand-up already?
At that time, I think I started a long time ago in Ohio, and then I took a break.
Where at?
Columbus, Ohio, Funny Bone.
Really?
That's my home club.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I'll be there in 2 weeks.
Yeah, great club. I love it.
I'll be at the Denver Comedy Works coming up. But I'll be in What's that?
Wendy from the
Yeah,
Comedy
yeah.
Works. Love her too.
I like her. Yeah, she's a ballsy woman. She was one of those people that worked her way up from waitress to owner. How cool is that?
Yeah. What's really great is every time I go to, last time I was at the Denver Comedy Works, me and Ari were there. We had a bunch of weed, and this is before marijuana was legal in Denver. And we're like, you know what? We don't want to fly back with this. So we hid it in the ceiling, like the
Still
tile.
there?
And it's probably still there. I forgot.
Yeah, I don't like Ari. Never
You
did.
don't like Ari?
Never did, never will. Now, you know what I've been doing lately? Of course, I love him. But I do that. It's always funny to see the reaction of people, because I was in Providence, Rhode Island, and I knew Bill Burr's really, Bill's pretty big anyway, but he's really big there. That's Boston, Providence area.
Right.
And the kid was like, he was enamored to meet me and shit. And I said to him, I don't get Bill Burr. I said, first of all, I hate him. Secondly, I don't get his comedy. And he doesn't know what to do, because, obviously, and I've never heard anybody say anything bad about Bill, but it was fucking so funny. I was telling Bill the other night, I fucking hate him. What do you say to that? Oh, yeah, oh yeah, me too. It's like...
It's amazing. Bill Burr's been around for a while, and he has, out of nowhere, just become one of my top 5 comics in
But he's
the last
gotten better.
2 years.
But he was always good, but he's gotten better. He's
Yeah.
more confident on stage.
Yeah.
He's got more of a point of view.
Yeah. And he's becoming pretty successful with all the TV show like Breaking Bad. And
Yeah. I like to see your stand-up. I've never seen... See, because the thing is, when I do Joe's show, you don't talk that much.
Right.
So I don't know you that well. So I thought, let me have you on the show.
My stand-up's very an acquired taste, because I grew up with Doug Stanhope being that's who I wanted to be, is Doug Stanhope. And then I went from that to Joe Rogan. I want to be like Joe Rogan. And so my two are Doug and Joe. So I grew up pretty kind of dirty, gross, but I've learned to not be as disgusting and make it more silly. And
Doug has that mischievous look on his face, like he's always doing something wrong.
yeah, and he is. He is. I remember one of his early shows. He was playing Ohio University, and it was Parents' Weekend, where it was the weekend where you brought your parents to show the school, all these freshmen and stuff, and they booked 3 comics, and Doug was definitely the dirty one, so he came out there, started talking about this and that. Parents start booing, and I'm sitting in the back recording all this. I have this on tape, and it was an auditorium of maybe 700 people. I'd probably say 400 people left in 20 minutes. Wow. And they're just getting up, and people are screaming, "You suck!" And he didn't even drop a beat. He even just went.
He likes that.
He loves that. Yeah.
He did that in Kilkenny. Yeah. And what they did you hear about it?
No.
Yeah, he said something about that he wouldn't. That the girls, like the Kilkenny girls, looked retarded and they're fucking ugly. He wouldn't fuck any of them. And some things like that. And I remember him coming up to me like real proud, like, "What'd you think?" I think that you know what they did? They gave him his own show with warnings on it.
Yeah.
So
that's what's weird, is because when you're a comic and people are always telling you to not do this and not do that, and pretty much change your uniqueness to what everyone else is. And so that's one thing that's been really hard for me, because I'm not getting spots as much, but I'm also somebody you can't throw on at an 8 o'clock show that's half families or whatever. I'm not going to fit that. But the cool thing is to stick to what your style that you believe in, because if Doug changed, he wouldn't be Doug Stanhope.
Yeah. Well, when I first started out, I remember trying to be a comic that would get on TV, but my act didn't. I was like more of an actor, improv guy, and I didn't get remember Merv Griffin?
Of course.
I didn't get the Merv Griffin show. When I didn't get the Merv Griffin show, I remember going to myself, "Fuck, I can't even get Merv Griffin. I'm going to be myself." Once I was myself, everything went well, But I tried to be something else. The observation. Well, that president fill in the blank. When you people here on Highway 95, whoa, what?
Have you ever gone through a point in your career, though, your comedy career, where you decided to change just to try out a different style or a different? Like out of nowhere, did you become like a crazy dirty comic for a couple of years, or?
Well, I never did it consciously as much as just subconsciously getting bored with. Like I used to do a thing. Excuse me. I used to do a thing where I'd start out with all characters. I would do this guy, this sophisticated maitre d', and this lounge comedian. He was like, "Oh, is this thing on? Hello, give a little." and it was a bunch of characters, and I'd start the first 15 minutes with that, and then I got kind of tired of that and dropped that. But I never, like, the only thing I did consciously was I became more of a American comedian who happened to be Italian than an Italian-American comedian. You know what I mean? Because I used to predicate a lot more stuff on being Italian. How about you?
I tried once to, you know, Aziz. You know,
Yeah.
He has like that really weird character that's become him, I guess, where
Uh-huh.
it's kind of like almost like a hip hop. Like he almost talks like totally different than probably how he normally talks. And I remember I was just bored, trying to find my voice still.
Yeah.
Like, you know, trying to go through all the different things.
No, I've been there.
Yeah, and
I was trying to find out on my voice with my speed, my rhythm.
Exactly, your tempo. Yeah. And I did it. I did a faster, more silly voice. Like I tried it once. It worked, but after I was done, I was like, I can't do that every time. That's not me. And I was just looking for me. That was the secret.
Well, that's the whole thing, is getting back to you.
Yeah.
That's what I always kind of prayed for and went after, was just to get to be myself, because it's not that easy.
Yeah.
You know, some people have a tendency to freeze up and become a comedian on stage. They get a different rhythm, like comedy rhythm. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope, you know, I try and always evolve, but I don't do it consciously anymore. You know.
I find myself doing things to find jokes. Like I'll do something crazy.
Can you tell me where you find them? Because I need some. Show me.
Usually psychedelics, and like last thing I did was I ate mushrooms and went and swam with dolphins, because I was like, there has to be something.
How'd you get in with the dolphins?
SeaWorld.
Oh, you jumped in the pool?
No, they have a thing in that you could swim with dolphins.
Oh man, I thought that's fucking crazy.
It was crazy though, because I didn't really think it out. Didn't think like there's going to be other people in this group. You're going to be in freezing water, and you're going to be swimming with dolphins. It's just.
What psychedelics were you doing?
Mushrooms.
The only thing I don't understand about mushrooms is, how do you know what quantity you're taking?
You don't.
So
what I usually do is I just take as little as possible, and then I take it and wait an hour and take a little, because there's been times where I'll just have like a cap, you know, like one thing, and I'm like, I'm only eating a cap, and next thing I know, I'm out of my mind, and I can't even, you know, I'm useless. So. Well, unfortunately, I took too much at SeaWorld also, and it was very
What happens
intense.
when you're having, was it a bad trip?
It wasn't a bad trip because it was so amazing once I got in the water, but it was very bad up to the point of getting into the water.
What does the world look like to you?
At that time, it was just everything was very melty, and I thought the dolphin was like
Salvador
a hot
Dali.
Yeah, it was like that. And I thought when the dolphin swam up, I thought it was like a hot dog. Like I forgot that I was in a pool with a dolphin.
Oh my God.
And then I was like, oh wait, this is a dolphin. Like, and what's the best thing is that they took photos of the whole time, and then they go afterwards like, hey, we took photos if you want to buy the CD. And I'm looking at the CD, and my face is just like, like it's just like a madman. And those are some of my favorite photos of myself.
That would scare the shit out of me.
Yeah.
You have to be more centered, like than somebody like me. I mean, if you could do that stuff.
I can't usually. That's why it was like I thought it would only take a little, and nothing was really going to happen. But it was.
Do you have a medical marijuana prescription?
I do. Yeah.
What's your excuse, or what's your illness?
It calms me down, and it makes me eat. I hate eating. Like I think it's because how much coffee I drink per day.
Oh, you drink a lot of coffee?
Yeah, I hate eating. I like eating. To me, like I have to force myself to eat, unless it's just like I'm in an amazing restaurant and somebody's putting down the best food in front of me. Yeah. But like it's usually like I'm working so much that I'm like, oh, I have to eat. If I want to drink tonight, I have to eat. I'm more concerned about putting something in my stomach so I can drink.
So you can drink. Yeah.
But yeah.
You drink a lot?
I was for a while. I went through some a weird 8 months where I started drinking Jack Daniels out of nowhere. Like I've been a beer person my whole life, and then
it's a big difference. It's a big graduation.
Yeah, and then I was like, I got to the point that I was so sick of Jack Daniels, the taste of it, because I drank it every day, that I switched to turkey, wild turkey, and they only have most bars.
Isn't that like 100 proof?
It's 101 proof, and it made it worse. And then I just like in the last 2 months, I've really. Like I'm down to like 3 days a week drinking.
I drink every day.
Yeah, I've been up there, man. But what's really bad is I don't only drink. I wasn't only drinking every day. For the first time in my life, I was blacking out almost every day, and it was.
Oh, that's bad.
That's bad.
You drive like that?
No, luckily I have a lot of friends that live close that I would just crash at their place, and you know, just get my car the next day. But I've been there though. Because you know, I'm 39, and you live in Ohio most of your life. Everybody drinks.
I'm older than you. I don't know if you knew that.
No, no, no,
yeah.
you're not.
Yeah, just because I have smooth skin. I am. I swear to God.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't believe it.
Where are you from originally?
Philly.
Philly. So you know how everybody drinks in Philly. Like you just do that. There's nothing else to do in
they
Philly.
They drink all winter and all summer, and they have any excuse. And that's what cracks me up about St. Patrick's Day, and even in Ireland, it's like a day to drink even more.
Right.
You're already drunk.
Exactly.
You know.
It is weird moving to LA though, because you move to LA, then everyone's like, "What? You're driving with? You've had a couple beers? You can't drive, or you're getting your cat declawed? Are you crazy?" Like, it's
I can't drive though because I had the DUI.
Oh, do you? I'm lucky. I haven't had one, but I've been pulled over 7 times.
And they let you go?
Did the test.
Really? You passed? You passed the breathalyzer?
Yeah. No, they never did the breathalyzer. I always passed this slow route, but they've never given me a breathalyzer for some reason.
Wow. So you're that coordinated, huh?
I think I'm pretty good at shutting it off.
Maybe we shouldn't do this on the air.
Remember
that guy Joe Buttafuoco?
Oh, yeah.
And he was on Oprah or one of those bragging about how he got away with something, then the cops went after him.
Right.
That's why I never fuck with like stuff like that. Like.
Yeah, well, I've never drive where it's like the problem is that I do drive when it's like, oh, I've had two or three drinks, you know, in the last 3 hours. I'll drive that because I just don't even feel it.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty good at like if I'm raging all night, I'll just get a Uber or a friend.
I have parking spaces all over town.
Do you?
Well, yeah. Like I have 2 cars, and both of them are in that same parking lot. Because I drove here. And I picked up the other car, but I didn't have anybody to drive it back. So now I got 2 cars over there sitting there. And if I'm drinking at the Comedy Store, I just leave the car there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's nice about the Comedy Store. It's just a abandoned parking lot.
I know. It's a big thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about, because I'm never home because I work so much, to just get an apartment in Hollywood and an apartment where I live now. Just have 2 small apartments.
Where do you live now?
I live in Burbank, which is...
You can do flappers?
Not as much, not that much.
So what, besides doing Joe's show, what's your life like?
I have 2 shows at the Comedy Store every week, 1 show at Ice House every week. And then I usually, every other week, I'll go somewhere like out of town.
So that's how you make your living?
No, my living I make, I work full time for Joe Rogan, but mostly it's selling T-shirts. I've created my own T-shirt company, and it's become pretty popular.
Is that one of them?
Yeah, this is the first one. And what's crazy about this one, I only made all my T-shirts, I only make a certain amount. And once they sell out, they're sold out forever. So people want the shirt bad. Like I saw one on eBay the other day for $80 just for one of these shirts. So
you're great at computers?
Yeah, that's what I went to school for, is multimedia, web design.
I'm so bad.
Yeah?
Did you ever see any of my tweets?
Yes, I have, actually.
Can you help me? Help!
Is it? But you use a computer, right? Or do you just?
Not much.
Not much. That doesn't interest you.
I like to tweet, but the problem is, the only time I feel like tweeting is when I'm drunk.
Right.
So then it looks like I'm drunk. Like I've had people say, "Dom, you're drunk. Go to bed."
Do you delete tweets the next day when you're drunk and you're like, "Why'd I write this?"
Can you delete them?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that. You could delete them?
I've said some.
It's like a second chance in life.
Yeah, I've said some bad things. Like this. This is a true story. This girl that molested me when I was a kid, she was a babysitter, but she was hot. Like I was maybe like 12, 11, and she was like 16, big boobs. I remember, and she just molested me. She didn't molest me. She just masturbated in front of me and let me touch it, and while she was doing it and stuff. It was awesome.
But you didn't jerk off?
No, I was a little bit too young,
kid,
but I was just like, this is the best thing ever. I remember thinking, this is amazing. And but now I'm friends with her on Facebook, and she's married, has her kids and everything. And she had posted a photo of her family.
She still look good?
She's okay, not really. But I posted when I was drunk. I was like, "Oh, I hope you babysit your kids as good as you babysat me." And
did she get that?
The next day, she didn't. She didn't delete the comment, but she liked it, which was even more funny because like to everyone else, they're like, "Oh, that's nice
sweet.
of him."
Yeah.
But to her and me, she's like, "Yeah, you want more?" She knew? I think she knows exactly what it is.
Wow.
I hope.
You don't think of women as being as perverted as men, you know?
They are.
Well, I don't know. I saw this one thing. There's this island off of Washington State where they keep child molesters. Mm-hmm. and everyone was a man except one woman. And she was like this big bull dyke.
Yeah, you don't really. You're right. There's an app on your phone where you can buy your zip code. It'll show you where all the child molesters live around your house.
Like Uber, but
It's
for
Uber
child
for
molesters.
molesters. And you're right, because I remember looking for a girl, and there was a couple in North Hollywood, and I remember like, oh, we should go to her house and see it, because they're
Does she
down.
molest boys or girls?
I don't know, but if a girl does it, they're down to like. You could probably have sex with those people, right? Like you just show up at their house and be like, hey, I'm a grown man. You want some of this?
I don't know.
Might be a good way to get laid.
Be sad.
It would be
It's
sad.
good.
Make them wash their hands first.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'd do it. But, it's a good question. Can we answer? Can we talk about this off the air?
True. That's probably not a good thing to talk about.
So you got a whole crew, right, of guys like with Joey Diaz and Ari, and
Yeah.
you guys go on the road with Joe, and
I used to go on the road with Joe a lot, and Ari and Joey. When I created Death Squad, the podcast.
you
network.
created that.
Yeah, and that's how Ari started his podcast. He started with me and Joey before he had a podcast. We would do a podcast. We did a podcast about cats. Me and Joey. You know,
Really?
yeah, it was just all about cats. And then and that's what's cool about it is that they all started. I mean, they eventually went on their own, but that's what's really cool about
Yeah.
Death Squad is a lot of the big guys all
Oh, I
started.
know. I'm identified with it.
Yeah.
And I get like a lot of Death Squad tweets, and people come and see me and say they heard me on the show, and it's amazing because I'm not on the show that much,
Right.
but it's so powerful.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you the story about the Irish kid in Galway?
No, I don't.
Comes up to me. This is the first time I started doing the show, like so, a year and a half ago or whatever. And I was 20 years old. He goes, Dom Irrera. He says, I watch you on Joe Rogan all the time. You fucking cracked me up. He says, tell Joe. I said, how old are you? He says, 20. He's all drunk. I said, tell Joe that I studied martial arts because of him. And I said, that's great. That's what we need is a drunken 20-year-old Irish kid who knows how to fight. And he goes, that's fucking funny, lad. You know. But yeah, there's no age discrimination there. You know what I mean? You know how like here, like you wouldn't go into like an older kind of nightclub at your age, or you wouldn't go into too young. Go with your general group. There, they just fucking drink.
They all, yeah. It's kind of like New York. Like New York just had, New York people are a lot more like ready to throw down. I think like the East Coast, they're more like they're drinkers more. They just had the UFC there Saturday.
I know.
And
Did you
two
go?
people got stabbed. I didn't go, but two people got stabbed. I guess there was somebody threw a chair and hit a woman at one point.
Wow.
It was just like this, crazy brawl and just the audience.
Yeah, Joe called me on his way to the airport, and it's so funny because you know what I was talking about? How safe those things are. No, because I went to the first one. He took me to one at the Palm, and that was the first one I went to. Were you at that?
Yeah, that's a nice little.
But everybody was so
yeah.
polite,
Yeah.
and then we went to. Were you at the one in Montreal?
Maybe. No, I don't think I was. No.
Excuse me. It was the guy. He's like this French Canadian.
GSP.
Is that his name?
GSP, yeah.
So it was so fucking exciting.
Yeah.
Because the place just went like, you know how like the Seahawks Stadium is. It was a miniature version of that. You know, it was just like, and everybody was so polite. They looked like fucking killers. Excuse me, you're gonna, it's like, holy shit.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
they're trained to release their energy and their, it's weird
I'm
when you
talking about
meet
the
a-
audience.
Oh, the audience.
The
yeah.
audience was
Yeah,
nice.
it is weird because
Much different than a professional wrestling audience. A bunch of fucking,
Right.
They're all cross-eyed, skate on his face.
and everyone's drinking in the audience, so you think people, it's like when you watch porn, you get horny. When guys that like to fight and like violence, when they get drunk, you think they would, be violent, but they're not usually for the most part.
No, but I watch porn and I want to fight.
Yeah.
I think I have issues.
We stopped watching the gay porn, and then
I never saw gay porn.
you never watch gay porn. You never want to say, "I just want to see what it looks like."
I never saw. Well, I would have to go and buy it.
No, nowadays you just go online.
Oh, see, you got all those tricks. I actually pay for porn.
Yeah. Do you really?
You know why?
Oh, we
To
need
support
to
the arts, man.
Oh,
Don't you
jeez.
forget it.
I
We
need to
don't,
teach
we
you
don't
some
need
websites.
punks like you coming in here and stealing. Did you ever see the commercials they do about people ripping them off?
Yeah.
That's
It's so funny. I saw tranny porn the other day. That's my new thing, where it's a transgender with a girl. So it's a girl having sex with somebody that looks like a girl, but that girl has a penis.
Well, then it's a transvestite, not a transsexual.
Right.
Transsexual means that they cut it off.
Oh, okay.
Transvestite is somebody who dresses up like.
But she had like the fake boobs.
They can have that. Yeah. That's a weird fucking world. What a sad life, huh?
Yeah, but it's better than watching a girl have sex with a guy, I think, because then it's like two girls, but yet
there's still a dick involved.
Yeah, I guess so.
You're sick, man. You don't try and slip that by me like I'm
just trying to bait you.
Oh yeah, I can see where that's normal. Sure.
Sure, I love that.
Yeah. Well, where did you downloaded that from the internet?
Yeah, there's a lot of websites you need to go to for free. The best is My Free Cams, which is what's going to destroy porn. This is a website. It's free to go on, and it's just normal people in their bedrooms with laptops, naked, like masturbating and whatever, and you could tip them, but you don't have to. So you just watch all this for free.
Tip them?
You
They know you're watching?
They know you're tipping, and if you want to, you can turn on your camera if you want to show them your butt or something like that. Like, hey,
oh yeah, I want to show them my butt. The fuck's wrong with you? I was right when I first said it. You retarded.
Right, yeah, you were.
You could show them your butt. Hey, I got to show you something. My ass.
But what's crazy is a lot of girls are doing this, and then because you could block out the state of California, so you don't know if a girl like Tiffany Haddish is doing this webcam stuff, but we can't see it because we live in California.
Why would you say Tiffany Haddish? Tiffany Haddish is a comedian.
I know I think she's secretly. I just went on the road with Tiffany.
Yeah, you told me that.
She's always here at Laugh Factory. She runs also the show in the casino and.
See, I would be afraid to fuck her. I'll tell you why.
Me too.
You know why? Because I'd be afraid she'd go, "You call that a dick, white boy?" Then all of a sudden I'm like,
and then she spits on it. And...
We have a girl here, a black girl, who's so fucking hot.
Oh yeah, that works here.
Oh, she's got that ass.
Where's she?
Well, she's not here. There's nobody here but us.
I see her.
Think she's hiding? No.
I like the black girls.
I've never been with a black girl for free.
Oh, right.
Honestly, or an Asian girl for free. But I have dabbled.
Yeah.
On the road.
I noticed the black girls love to have sex more than most of the other kind of girls.
You think so?
Yeah, they just seem somebody told me it's because they have more testosterone.
They have more testosterone.
Why
would they have
testosterone?
Tata?
They have more tatas in it.
Are you making fun of me on Dom Irrera live from the Laugh Factory? Well, I don't think they have more testosterone. Testosterone?
Testosterone.
Where did you get that? You just made that up.
Somebody told me that.
Fucking made
That's
it
probably
up.
racist as heck, but I don't know.
Black girls have more.
Yeah, I heard that.
Testosterone.
Testosterone. How do you say it?
Testosterone.
Testosterone.
It's the male jizz thing.
It's in women too, isn't it?
Well, they have a little. We all have a little.
I think black girls have a little more.
I totally think you made that up.
Maybe.
Where's your source? Tell me your source.
Jeff.
Jeff who?
I don't know who it was.
Just a guy named Jeff?
Just a guy named Jeff.
Oh, Jeff.
Jeff.
Oh, Jeff told you.
I'm not into the Asian girls as much anymore, though, because from my experience, it just seems like they...
It goes this way, right? Instead of this way?
No. But it's just not deep. Like, it seems like it's like a Volkswagen
Brian,
trunk.
You're going to come in here and tell me your dick is so big that you can't fuck girls that are not deep enough for you?
Have you had that problem?
I must admit I haven't.
You haven't?
No.
It seems like they just don't like to have sex. It seems like it hurts them.
Asian girls?
Yeah, it just seems like it hurts them.
Maybe they just don't like to have sex with you.
Maybe. Why so hairy? Smell.
No, I've never been with anybody outside of... I've never been with, like, an Indian girl, or... I've been with a lot of white chicks. But I mean Indian, like Indian from India or Native American.
I've been with Native American. I've never been with India. I just don't think I would ever have the opportunity to do that.
Native American?
I've been a Native American, yeah.
Oh.
They're pretty hot. They're like Puerto Rican-ish.
Puerto Rican-ish. You're quite the intellectual. They're like spickish.
Puerto Ricans, you gotta hide from those girls. They just beat you up. Like if you want to be in a nice domestic violence.
They got that ass.
Yeah.
That killer ass. This is good, man. Good to have you on the show.
What's your kind of favorite girl? Like what like redheads? Like
Yeah,
redheads? Me too.
I like
I
redheads.
love redheads.
In fact, this girl I used to go out with, she's coming out here this week, to see her daughter, and I you know, she's married, but I wouldn't. But she was the best I ever had.
Is it a juice factor for you, or what makes it the best?
Just the acrobatics.
Right.
She was a professional dancer, stripper, and she could do ballet and all. Beautiful girl, and she was the best. I mean, Woody Allen once had a line that, you know, I don't know if it was him or he got a standing ovation in bed. The sex was so good, or he gave her. That's what I felt like with her, you know.
Right.
I mean,
Those girls ruin you though. Those stripper porn stars, like they make sex for me. They ruin sex for me. Like it's hard.
You got to watch out, with that. Like Bobby Lee was on, and he was telling me that there's a thing called porn dysfunction or something, because you get so used to porn, then you can't get hard with regular people.
Right.
You get so much stimuli.
Yeah. Yeah. I've dated a few, and they really know what they're doing.
Oh, you dated porn people?
Yeah.
Well, you know who I saw on your show? Dana Desmond.
Dearman.
What's her name?
Dana Dearman. I do a podcast with her.
Yeah. Well, I was there one night. We did it at the Ice House, and ever since I met her, I can't jerk off to her. You know what I mean? Because I feel like dirty.
Yeah.
I'd rather them not be a real person in fantasy. But then once I knew her and I realized, you know, that kind of there was a certain sadness to her. But you know, and she's very nice and she was intelligent and fun. But you know, I couldn't.
Who's your favorite girl?
My favorite.
Porn girl.
I don't know. I like the lesbians.
I could have brought you a couple if you wanted a special guest.
The lesbians?
Yeah, I see. I've dated two of the top lesbian porn girls. I always like the
Who are
lesbians
they?
better. Taylor Vixen and Veronica Ricci.
Taylor Vixen's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know Veronica.
She's a redhead.
Taylor's got big tits, right?
Yes, big
They're
natural
real, too.
boobs. Yeah.
Is that sad that I know them?
Yeah, that's very.
Well, you know them.
They're very nice girls, and both of them. Well, I think Taylor's still doing it, but Veronica's not doing it anymore. But
It's got to kill your soul.
it's not for everybody, and it usually takes a couple years for them to find that out. It seems like, but it's it's a tough thing doing that. And
Yeah. Well, now they're beautiful. Before they used to be. When I was a kid, porn people were fucking scary.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious that the guys don't have to be good looking. They just have. LeBron Jeremy and the guys like that, they just have to have giant dicks, but the girls have to be beautiful.
Yeah.
So you see some fucking guy who would never get to fuck this girl in real life, but he has a big Johnson.
Yeah, and you don't even need that. If you're sitting somewhere like in Indiana and you want to get the heck out of there, you could pretty much move to LA, buy a nice camera, and just go on Craigslist. Say, hey, I'm taking photos, $200 full nude, and girls that are just looking for money, be like, okay, what do I have to do for money?
Yeah.
And you could start your own porn company and
They
be your own
always have
porn
those
star.
teen auditions.
Yeah.
I see those movies on DirecTV. They have a list of them.
Casting
They're
couches.
fucking funny, man. One was about Justin Bieber.
Oh, that's
Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Whoa,
That's
clever.
weird. Yeah.
Guess Who's Coming? That was one of the first ones I remember. There was this movie called Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. This was just Guess Who's Coming. Yeah. But I do like I like the older and younger women together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
Yeah, that's pretty hot.
I don't even want to analyze it because then I'll find out that there's something wrong with me.
That is
Well, there's something wrong with me, but I mean more than I thought. But I didn't know you were into that.
Oh, I'm really. I was worse. I was a sex addict for a while because I dated a sex addict, and she made me a sex addict because
She made me.
Well, I mean,
Blame it on her.
she was really, really hot, and she just laid in bed all day and masturbated all day and wanted to have sex all day. And when
Good job.
Yeah, and
She did porn?
Yeah,
So she would jerk off even when she wasn't doing porn?
yeah. Like she
Did she
would,
come during the scenes?
no, she only did girls though, but. Yeah, I don't like the guy girl ones. I've dated one, and
I skeeve.
it's hard.
You know what skeeve is?
No,
It's an Italian word for I'm repulsed by it.
right.
I wouldn't want to. I would rather have two girls fucking around than fuck a girl who just fucked a guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what ski bots.
Yeah, it's gross. And what's worse is when because nowadays it's not just guy-girl porn. It's like these girls are getting choked. They're getting, you know, bondage, and it's just very violent. And she was one of those girls. So like I never really looked at her porn too much. And then one day I'm just like looking at her laptop, and I'm like, oh my god, this girl looks like she's getting murdered right now and I just couldn't take it after that.
She hit other girls?
No, she the porn that she did was very violent with guys. The one porn star that I did.
Who initiated the violence, her or them?
Them, because it's called kink.com. You know kink.com?
No.
Kink is...
I told you I never got free porn.
I bet you have a secret sexual thing that you do that no one knows about.
There's no secret.
Do you wear like diapers and stuff? Have you ever done that kind of stuff? Or
no. I'm going to be wearing diapers pretty soon because I'm going to need them. No, I don't have any. I don't have any really big secrets.
No weird perversions. That's not normal. Then
no, just I told you I like watching two girls.
Yeah.
I asked somebody why, and they said, you just like seeing a lot of pussy. But no, I don't really. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't really have anything either, I guess.
Yes, you do. You're sick. You're demented.
I'm kind of scared now. Like I did this. I was kissing this girl's butt recently. I'm trying to clean this up a little.
You were licking her asshole?
Yeah, I was licking her asshole, and
licking her asshole. Welcome to Live from the Laugh Factory.
She was on ecstasy, and she couldn't feel her body, and then she shit in my mouth by mistake.
Oh no! Really?
Yeah. And I didn't want to tell her because I didn't want her to freak out. So I just spit it back on her butt and I just wiped my cheeks on her.
Did you get sick?
I don't know. I can't remember. I don't think so. But
wait, did you get sick like a couple days later from the bacteria?
No, I got pink eye in my mouth.
Did you really?
No. But I was like drinking chlorine, so she wouldn't know. I was like, whoa, because I didn't want her to know. And then she kissed me after that, and I was like, And then what sucked though is this was the girl-boy porn star. What sucked though is like a couple days later, she was talking about that night, like, oh man, that was such a good night. And she's like, I'm so glad we ended up doing that. She's like, because I had a bad day. I had like 2 dicks in my ass that night. So I'm thinking, oh great, not only did she poop in my mouth, but she also had 2 dicks in my mouth. It's probably cum in her.
It was cum on the shit. Wow, that's the dirtiest thing I ever said on this show.
I'm sorry.
I said it. Wow. Quite the
Never had that? You seem like you've had some...
No.
You have some good stories. I know you do.
I was looking at a girl's ass and she shit. No, I never had that.
Never had that.
Is that normal?
I think it has to be.
Am I odd for not having done that?
It has to be like those.
It's a generational thing.
Sure, it has to be.
You kids today.
Today with your
fancy turds in the mouth. I don't know. I'm glad I'm getting to know you, man.
Do you go to massage parlors? Are you a fan? It's nice.
I don't like massages.
No, well, either do
I've gone to the Asian ones, like
right
in Houston, San Francisco, a couple places, but generally, no. I'd rather get. I used to get a lot more call girls.
I've never done that.
Really?
I've done.
Fucking sick as you are, you never done that. All of a sudden, you're taking your high horse.
I got screwed. I was in San Francisco and I wanted one to try it, and she came to my room. It wasn't her, even though this says it's guaranteed me in the photo.
Oh yeah.
Some other girl came, and I'm like, what the heck? And she's like, it's this amount, and then I gave her that amount. She goes, all right, well, that's just for a massage.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, they fuck you.
And so I was like, okay, I just want you to massage me and talk to me for an hour, and I made her do it. And then the more I talked to her about her night, she's like, yeah, you're my 10th person tonight. I can't wait to go home and take a shower. And I'm just like, the more she talked, the more I was like, thank God I didn't do it.
Yeah, it's worth just the money to pay your way out of it.
Get out of here.
I remember one time the last time I ever did anything in Vegas, because I went to Pahrump, where they have the cherry tree or whatever it is, cherry ranch.
Right.
The free.
Oh, Bunny Ranch. Yeah, Bunny Ranch.
No, there was one with a cherry in it.
Okay.
I think Bunny, that one I think is near Reno. Mm-hmm. But anyway, it was really interesting. It took away some of the fun that it was legal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you have your choice, and they're all so different and beautiful. It was like, I don't know. I took 2 of them.
Yeah. That's nice. See, that is weird because that's like all legal. So these girls aren't, you know, these are actually like almost nice strippers instead of having like the girls with like the tan lines where the rope was when they were carried into the country, you know, type.
Yeah.
It's like I want the one with the lowest amount of bruises, please. You know.
Yeah. What's that called? Trafficking.
Trafficking. That shit's real too.
It's fucking scary.
Scary, yeah.
That is terrifying.
I know a girl that was in the Philippines that I thought died in that recent typhoon type thing.
Yeah.
And I brought her up. I've been talking about her for a while because I was trying to rescue her from the Philippines. You can't take a girl from the Philippines.
Was she a white girl?
No, she's Filipino.
Oh.
And she was in the sex slave industry in the Philippines, though. And I was just like, I will get you out of there. I will, you know, I'll buy you a plane ticket. And she's like, you can't just leave the Philippines. They won't let you because they know we won't come back.
Yeah.
And so then I was trying to find out. Then that typhoon or whatever
Right.
and I thought she died. I just talked to her about her the other day, you know, and blah, blah, blah. And then
She got in touch with you?
she got in touch with me. She's like, no, I'm still alive. I got sold to some other company. I'm not allowed to talk to you anymore. And I was like, whoa.
So she could use a computer, but she was still in prison.
Yeah. And that's really sad.
That's really heavy.
If you saw this girl, you'd be like, oh my God, she's the most beautiful girl ever. She's like 19, just beautiful. And she's just, you know, she's a slave, a sex slave.
So sad.
And you can see her on My Free Cams for free.
What is it? What did you say?
You can see her on myfreecams.com for free.
Can you really?
Yeah, see, that's where I met her. It was on a cam website.
Can you
now, yeah, I'll show you.
Can you show me?
Yeah, I'll show you. We can wait after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, so you can show me on your phone?
Yeah.
God, I can't wait till the show's over.
Oh, there's so much great porn going on nowadays. I just went to the AVNs and the future
You know,
porn.
they asked me to host that like 3 times. I never could because whatever girl I was with didn't want me to. And it wasn't worth the fighting at home, you know.
Well, have you seen the past comics try that? That's a tough cookie to be funny at. Like I've seen some of our greatest comedians try that and just fail. But then you say April Macy last year. I don't know if you know April or not.
Yeah.
She was there last year. She killed it. She was the first person in 10 years, I would say.
Well, she's beautiful
Yeah.
and she's dirty.
Yeah,
So
she did a great job on that. But yeah, I don't know if I would want to do that. That seems like it's
Bobby Slade's done it, hasn't he?
Maybe
He's done it.
your audience though is all on coke and not paying attention to you.
They're worried about their awards. That's a funny idea, getting an award like for the 3rd year in a row, best anal.
Yeah.
All your pictures is stretched out sphincter. You know.
Yeah.
Stretched out colon. Holy shit.
I hated blowjobs my whole entire life until I met this one girl.
You hated blowjobs?
Yeah, I don't know why. I just hated
Giving them?
Yeah, it's just too much. It makes me gag. But no, I think because I'm so girthy.
What's that?
The girls always drag their teeth on me. You know.
Because you're so big. Another thing about your dick being so
Did
big.
that on purpose for you. But no, I think every single girl that's ever tried to give me a blowjob just sucked at blowjobs. It was just like weird odds. And then I had somebody recently give me an amazing, I was like, I get it now. Like she did everything great. She just won an award for best blowjob. And I was like,
she won an award? So, and she did it without a rubber?
Yeah.
You let her fucking that diseased mouth suck your dick?
She has more to worry about than on my
Really?
dick,
You do
bro.
everything without a rubber?
No, I always use a rubber for the most part.
Well, you didn't for her.
Not for her. Not for her
She
mouth.
sucks about 100 dicks a week.
So you only get blowjobs with rubbers on them?
Well, if I were going to get no, not from a girlfriend, but from if I was going to get like a dancer or something.
Yeah. Well,
An erotic dancer, I call them.
the porn star. Have you ever had anything happen in a strip club?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. In Ohio, Dayton, Ohio.
The smaller towns seem to be wilder, and they don't rip you off as much.
Right.
Like I was in Raleigh, North Carolina once, and I got 2 girls. They said they were college students. They were over 18, but man, were they fucking hot and easy and fun.
Yeah.
Much more than like Vegas is a total ripoff.
Super. The scam. They will take shit out of your back of your pocket when they're dancing. I had to put my thumbprints down because I got scammed into going into this room with these 2 girls. Next thing I know, they're like, this manager comes out and goes, hey, before we can continue this, halfway through, he's like, I need you to put your thumbprint here and sign this paper and this
Really?
paper. And I'm like, why? And she goes, well, because you're spending so much money. And I'm like, whoa, wait, how much is it? It's a $1,200 30-minute dance with 2 girls.
Oh my god!
And they never said it was going to be that much money.
Did you
said,
pay it?
I was halfway there. I was like, I guess I have to do this.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the last time I ever.
Dumbest thing I ever did was in Tampa, where I gave a girl some money up front to meet me at the hotel, like she's gonna fucking show.
Right.
I was so stupid. I'm looking for her, like a fucking asshole. Hey, where could she be? Maybe she stopped at a convenience store to pick us up some snacks.
Ugh. They're here.
Ask not for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for thee.
Yeah, I had. I've never had anything happen before, but I went to this place called the Living Room in Dayton, Ohio, and that is probably the best strip club ever if you want something to happen. Because
Are you ratting them out on the air?
yes, I am. I did the best Yelp review ever for them, by the way, so they owe me.
Did the best what?
Yelp review. I Yelped them after I went there. I was like,
did you?
It's like, this is the greatest. And it's funny because I had this like picture after I got the second dance where there was this big wet spot on my leg because she squirted all over me. And I
She squirted?
Yeah. She rode my face.
I think she peed.
No, she was riding my face the whole time.
You were eating her out?
Yeah, it's a long story. It's
You were
gross.
eating a fucking stripper out?
I was
A
really
strange girl?
drunk.
What's wrong with you?
She had a fake butt.
What are you?
Like one of those fake butts. And I wanted to get a dance. And so we go into
What do you mean? She had a butt implant?
butt implants. And so they had the
What's
lazy
that
boy.
look like? Is there scars on it?
It looks like boobs, but on your butt. It's amazing. You haven't seen these yet? It looks like cartoon butts. Like it just looks
You like
ridiculous.
that?
I like it. If you're a butt guy, it's implants for your butt. It's awesome.
I don't like implants, though.
Yeah, you're okay.
I don't like. You know what I hate when the fake tits are separate. It's like they're both pointing in different directions. And there's this big sternum there.
Yeah, that's weird.
I skeeved that too.
But I go into the room and I'm like, yeah, I want a lap dance because I want to see your butt and touch it and stuff. And we go in. There's a lazy boy. Like the place was so like the owner of the club was like, I'll just throw my old lazy boy in there. And so I was like, I would go back and she's just like here and her butt's like in my face.
They know who you were?
No. But it was so dead in there. Like there was like 5 people in the whole place. I was like one of 5 people.
Wow, so they really wanted the money.
Yeah, they just want to. So next
You went
thing
in
you know,
alone too?
No, I was there with other comics, but I was in. What happened is I ended up being in there for like an hour because right when I got done with the first girl, this other girl came in and was like, I want to do it also. But like the girl just sat on my face when the music started. I was like, oh, and I was so drunk that I was like,
naked?
yeah. I was just like,
Wow.
it was bad. And then she ended up squirting all over me, and I took a photo, put it on Yelp, and then.
They let you take a photo?
Well, no, this was like later, like afterwards. Because my leg had this big wet spot, and I was like, "That's hilarious." So I took a photo, and I put like some caption, like, "This is how much fun I had. These girls are juicy," and they took it down because it was inappropriate. But I was like, "Wait, wouldn't that be the best advertisement for a strip club ever?"
Took
like,
it down?
Yeah.
Who takes it down?
The strip club took it down for being inappropriate, or Yelp. I don't know, one of the two did.
Oh, really? They can do that?
Yeah.
My nephew came out here, went to the body shop.
Rip off.
First time out, what's that?
That place is a rip off.
Total rip-off.
Yeah.
He lost all his money.
Yeah, it's stupid.
They just walk you around.
That's one of the worst ones, I think.
They sucker you. And
And you can't drink there, and they make you buy like 2 $12 cans of pop, and you're just like, what?
yeah. The bubbling, non-champagne, bubbling apple
Right.
juice is
Yeah.
like $150 or something stupid.
That is the dumbest.
Yeah.
I think most strip clubs in LA are pretty bad compared
LA's
to like
got
Texas.
the worst. Oh, Atlanta is so good.
Atlanta has the best food and strip clubs, like Rachel's.
Well, Rachel's was also in West Palm.
Oh yeah, maybe that's it.
And which is very funny because my friend Dom from Rhode Island, he goes, "You got to come to Rachel's, the best steaks." I go, "I just don't put the two together. I don't care how good they are. I don't want to like be eating fucking
Right.
meat and
Right.
looking at naked chicks,
Right.
looking at some girl's asshole."
Did you go?
Yeah, but I didn't eat.
Oh, it's the best. Me and somebody else go there every time we're in West Palm.
I packed a sandwich. I
packed a
had a
Packed a
lunch
corn
pail.
dog. But that is the best. Like Rachel's does have like probably the best steak I've ever had and the best shrimp I ever had. I had this
Wow.
shrimp that was like this big. I mean, it looked like a bratwurst, but it was a shrimp. It was,
That's not a shrimp.
yeah, I don't know.
Something
It's
else.
genetically modified.
It's
It had implants. The shrimp had implants.
It had butt implants. I never did see that. No, I think I know an actress, and I don't want to name her because she's a friend, but pretty sure she had butt implants.
Yeah.
And she got that curve that Beyonce curve that most white chicks don't have.
Did she just get it out of nowhere, or did you not know?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because there is exercises that you can do that can help it, but
Yeah.
you'll see a butt implant, you'll be like, whoa, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, like It's just looks like fake boobs.
Is that your favorite part?
No, boobs. I'm a boob guy. Face, boobs, butt.
Thigh.
Thoughts, feelings, goals, accomplishments.
So where are you at? Do you have any dates you want to plug?
March 1st, I'll be March 1st and 2nd. I'll be at La Jolla Comedy Store, and
Oh, good. It'll be on by then.
yeah, and then
March 1st and 2nd?
March 1st and 2nd.
Well, I love that place on Pearl Street in La Jolla. Go see it, Brian.
Yeah.
I'm at the Stress Factory in New Brunswick. You been there?
No.
Great club.
Yeah.
New Brunswick, New Jersey.
The only place I ever played in, I think Jersey, was like a sushi Chinese restaurant. Did you ever play that place where it was like,
No.
it's like a Chinese restaurant, entertainment restaurant, and it's
The only Chinese restaurant I played is the Kowloon in Saugus
maybe that's it.
on Route 1 out of Boston.
Oh, maybe that's it. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that
That's
is.
probably- yeah, I don't
yeah.
know any Chinese restaurants.
Yeah, that place is weird. Where it's like a weird stage, and you're like,
Oh, well, it's like an attic.
yeah.
So you're kind of like, I don't know, like a 6-foot guy would be like hitting the ceiling. Yeah.
That's it.
What's your Twitter?
Redban, REDBAN.
Mine is at Dom Irrera if you ever want to tweet me.
I tweet
If you want to become friends. You have to show me some shit, man.
I
'cause
will.
I'm still fucking retarded.
I will. I'll show you Rub Maps. That's the best place.
What's that?
It's Yelp for massage parlors.
Nah. But you know what happened? I started taking blood pressure medication a couple years ago, and it really helped me control it more.
Oh, really?
Like, you know, I mean, I'm horny, but I don't need to fuck like a monkey every 5 minutes.
Well, it's taking your blood out of your up and putting it upstairs, like north, right? That's
I
why
don't
you
know.
can't take Viagra with heart medication, because it's like the Viagra will be like, no, you want to go down there, and the heart medication is like,
But
no.
they
you need
said
to
I
go
could
there.
take I
you
could
can?
take Viagra, yeah.
You need to give me some of that. If
I
give
don't
you-
have any heart problem. It's just my pressure goes up, and I think, yeah, I really never needed that shit. But all I'm saying is you become less Italian and more regular, like you. What nationality are you?
German, Irish, and Cherokee a little bit.
Is that your real name, Redban?
No, it's Reichel, like Third Reich.
Oh, really? Yeah, you don't want to go around with that name,
Is it bad?
especially in Hollywood.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is not the town for that.
No. So I kind of hit it. And it's easy. It's hard to spell. And,
Redban's a cool name.
Redban, yeah. It was just easier.
Any other clubs you work in you want to plug?
Just about to announce a lot of stuff. I'm going up to Seattle and Portland, and it's going to be announcing, and Canada soon. And
What are you doing in Seattle?
I can't remember. I have this.
Are you
awesome
doing
girl.
the Portland
The
Helium?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
I play. See, what's weird is that I have these people that come that book this for me lately, and they've been doing all these rock places. I'm doing kind of like Doug
Oh, you were
Stanhope
telling
style.
me something like that. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's neat.
Yeah, who else? Oh, Tony was on
Yes.
telling me that. That's cool. It's great finding different avenues to do stand up. You know, these different venues and stuff. I go to this place called Helium in Philly.
I love it. I've been there
Which is
actually.
good.
I've actually performed there with Rogan.
That's a good club.
Right.
And my favorite casino is the Tropicana, but the big room, not the comedy club. The big room is 2,000. You know, I can actually sell 2,000 in there.
That's so great.
Oh, yeah. I wish I could do it in Vegas, but
Yeah.
I'm an East Coast act.
Right. Yeah. What's cool is that I've been touring with Tony, and then recently we've been bringing Tiffany Haddish. So we have like our own little rat pack or cat pack or whatever you want to call it. And I think that's the best way to roll, especially
Yeah.
when you're like a new guy like me and stuff, is you just bring 3 people and then, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Tony, I had to ask him if he was gay.
I thought he was gay.
very cool about it too. He's very cool.
Yeah.
Because he said, you know, I'm not going to do an impression of him, but he said people think that I open my act with that. So he accepted it and was very.
Yeah, it's cool that he actually brings it up on stage, because I think a lot of people.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Isn't that a terrible rig?
That's not bad. It's
Yeah,
not.
this is. He's a neurosurgeon friend of mine. Fucking kook.
Kook.
But he's funny as shit. He calls me up. I'm on stage, and he says, I can't come up, man. Fuck. This guy's dying. His family's all crying. I go, well, you can't have a little fucking compassion. I'm sorry you can't come to my fucking comedy show, but the guy's dying. But, you know, I guess they get used to death because that's what they do. Once you go to an neurosurgeon, you got something serious.
Yeah. That shit scares me. The whole health because I treat my body so bad.
Oh, if you let a fucking stripper sit on your face,
I'm
you're out of
up-
your mind.
building up healthy immunes or
Oh,
bacteria.
you know that as a fact. So a girl sat on your face, shit in your mouth.
Yeah, I exfoliate now, and
Now, and I don't understand how come we like Doug Stanhope.
that's true.
Where's he at?
He was just in Los Angeles 2 weeks ago, but I think he's back in Arizona right now.
I haven't seen him.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you coming on the show.
Thanks
man.
so much.
A lot of fun. And I'll see you at your show.
Yeah, definitely tonight.
What's
see
the
you
name of
tonight.
your show?
Kill Tony tonight. You
Kill
can
Tony.
go to deathsquad.tv.
Okay, brother.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Brian Redban.